The 11:11 live stream. It is now 11:11 in the PM in the Colorado Northern Front Range. That would be Mountain Standard Time. I have to orient my phone, and then I'm going to put this glass here so that it'll stay up. And then I'm going to play some songs because I got nothing better to do. I went downtown to go hand out flyers and stuff, but due to unforeseeable ass dragging, it didn't necessarily work out. So let's play a song. What song do you guys want to hear? There's nobody there. There's nobody here. It's 11:11. Very unprofessional. Oh, my laundry baskets. Everybody gets to see how dirty my room is. There we go. That'll be alright. We're gonna play some Ween. Okay. Oh, that's it. Sun train brought a message from the fat man. Sorry boy, he'll leave you high and dry. So I went to see my mom down in Ensenada, where I left a little something to help the time go by. Just a little something to help keep you high. Rain, it always reminds me of Maria, the way she danced, the colors in her hair. But I'm stuck inside a stall at the cantina, snorting all the cocaine and bananas off the mirror, waiting for a ticket to take me away from here. Bananas and blow, oh, bananas and blow. I'm stuck in my cabana, living on bananas and blow. Bananas and blow, oh, bananas and blow. I'm stuck in my cabana, living on bananas and blow. There you go, Bananas and Blow by Ween. By Ween. This says that there's, well, there was two, now there's one. I don't see anybody commenting though. So apparently they're just lurking, listening to some Ween. Alright, here, I'm gonna play some Gautier. Feel free to sing along at home. Everybody knows this song. Pick apart the pieces of your heart. Let me peer inside. Let me in, night camellia, where only your thoughts have been. Let me occupy your mind as you do mine. Oh, your heart's a mess. You won't admit to it. Makes no sense, but I'm desperate to connect. And you can't live like this. Your heart's a mess. You won't admit to it. Makes no sense, but I'm desperate to connect. And you just can't live like this. Love ain't fair, so there you are, my love. You have lost the fear, doubt, and distrust. You just threw away the keys to your heart. Won't get burned, makes it easier. That much more difficult for me to make you see. Oh, your heart's a mess. You won't admit to it. Makes no sense, but I'm desperate to connect. And you just can't live like this. Love, it ain't safe. You won't get burned if you stay chased. So you can wait, but I don't wanna wait, my love. There you go, a little bit of Gautier for you there. I'm gonna set this to all chat. How do I do that? With all these like newfangled settings, I don't know how to do that. Oh, maybe here? Oh, orientation is locked. Rotate device. Okay, let's just say hi to everybody. We got Camellia, thank you. We got NU, thank you also. Epiphanies, welcome. This thing says Orientation locked. Do you guys still see me? Is that okay? I'm trying to put this on all chat. What is this? Is this it? Oh, maybe that's it. No. I don't know where it is. Okay. Orientation ain't locked. It's 2025. Okay, well, that's going to really bother me because right now it's telling me orientation is locked. Rotate device. No. What? Okay, well, whatever. As long as I'm not like sideways or whatever, I guess that'll be all right. And I don't know how to change this now. Oh, here we go. Live chat. Got it. Doesn't really matter. I mean, but it's like the thing will show up and then it just disappears, so I can't really see it. Okay, it looks fine. All right. I'll just deal with it. So how's everybody been? The corporeal form has been having a hard time lately, so Blue Unicorn thought it would be best if Alter Ego took over for a little while and played some songs. I've learned a couple new songs. I guess it's been a long time since I've been live. Oh, we lost somebody. Now we're down to 3. It's okay. I still got 4 thumb ups. So let's see. What do you guys want to hear? Let's play some Gautier for you. Depression is a hell of a drug in you. Sometimes Alter Ego is generally a pleasant fellow. It's that Vaughn guy that's always freaking depressed about shit. I woke up this morning and like recorded some really sad song. I don't know. It's whatever. Doomsday has at least been averted, so I don't know. Here, I'm gonna play this one because I like playing this one. Can you hear my heartbeat in this world? 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 Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Can you hear my heartbeat in this world? Did you know that behind all these words lies a deep desire? Camille, mi comandi vorrai ba me. Are my dreams to be all I can do? Leo lay above, Leo lay below. And he said, honey, we'd find us a new way. Mi comandi vorrai ba me. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Boom, boom, ba. Can you hear my heartbeat in this world? Did you know that behind all these words lies a deep desire? Camille, mi comandi vorrai ba me. Are my dreams to be all I can do? Leo lay above, Leo lay below. And he said, honey, would find us a new way. Mi comandi vorrai ba me. Che lei fila sabana ninoro. Che lei fila sabana nenoru. Boom boom ba. Boom boom ba. Boom boom ba. Boom boom ba. Alinye dongirimi danye. Me como mi vorrai ba me. Alinye dongirimi danye. Me come on me vorrai ba me. Align yourself with me, my dear. But how can we get out of here? Align yourself with me, my dear. But how can we get out of here? Kile fila sabana ninoru. Kile fila sabana ninoru. Can you hear my heartbeat in this world? 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 A boom boom ba, a boom boom ba, a boom boom ba, a boom boom ba. Can you hear my heartbeat in this world? 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 Boom boom ba. There you go, Boom Boom Ba by Matisse. The song does feel fun to play, and it's got the existential dread I like. There you go. There you go. My guitar work is what now? Awesome, Blue. Sweet. Well, thank you. I like to do dynamics. What does it say? I don't do covers. Don't want to ruin good songs. Well, there's certain songs that I won't do because I think I would ruin them. Like the Beatles. I really try not to do a lot of Beatles because I think I would ruin them. I should start doing covers, but mine would be obscure and no one would care. Or they'd be too faithful to the original because you can't improve perfection. Well, sometimes though, as a Blue Unicorn might agree, a cover song could be rescued because sometimes the original song's not very good, and the person who does the cover does it better. You know what I mean? I do covers sometimes when playing live, more like butcher them playing song from memory that I haven't heard in 10 years. Yeah, that's hard to like just pull one out of your ear like that. The song, okay, we already got that. Okay, here's one where like, you know, the original was good for the 80s. And what's crazy is I saw a YouTube video of Bananarama play this. And I mean, these gals are, I don't know, they got to be in their 60s by now. But they just killed it, man. They went out there and just sang the hell out of it. But I like my version. Let's see if I can play it. You guys are probably getting sick of this song. Most 80s music should be redone, yeah. Okay, let's start this over. Mulligan. Hot summer nights and the pavements are burning. I sit around trying to smile, but the air is so hot and dry. Strange voices saying, what do they say? Things that I can't understand, and it's too close for comfort. This heat has got right out of hand. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer, now you're gone. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer, now you're gone. City is crowded, my friends, they're all gone, and I'm on my own. I'm too hot to handle, so I've got to get up and go. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer, now you're gone. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer, now you're gone. You're not the only one. It's a cruel, cruel summer, cruel summer, cruel summer, now you're gone. And then the fun thing is, I can go right into this new song that I just learned. I'm going to try to sing it. Hopefully I'll remember the words. Dig if you will this... Okay, as I go. Dig if you will this picture, you and I embraced in a kiss. Yep. Okay, we're going to have to do a mulligan on that because I'm in the wrong thing. It goes... Okay, here it goes. Dig if you will this picture, you and I embraced in a kiss. Sweat from your body all over me. Tell me, darling, can you picture this? Imagine in a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals in garious poses, they feel the heat between me and you. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother, she's never satisfied. Oh, I boned it. Maybe you're just like my mother, she's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. When the doves cry. I said, touch if you will my stomach, feel it tremble inside. You got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you, even doves got pride. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just like too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. But why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. When the doves cry. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. When the doves cry. When the doves cry. There you go. That was a pretty lame attempt at that, but I don't know, it worked out all right. I forgot my beverage. Oh, there's a beverage. Room water. All right, well, there you go. Let's see, other people. Hey, SE Wolverine showed up. You know what, SE Wolverines, Blue Unicorn heard your message. And Alter Ego thanks you very much. Good to see you, both of you. Good day to you both, is what he says. He says, clap hands. I was good. Oh, it was good. Who else we got? I think that's it. There's just the three of us in here. Okay. All right, now what am I going to play? Oh, yeah. Well, he's off. Most of him is off running around in the internet. Like a part of him is in here, though. So he heard part of your message. All right, what am I going to play? I'm in drop D. It's going to be what do I know in drop D? I know all sorts of things. Don't always need more people to have fun. Oh, that's fine. I'm glad I was just, I went live late, and I didn't think anybody would show up, but thank you all for showing up. What does it say? Let's get what? Oh, cozy. Man, I had this dream this morning. I have these weird, really profound dreams. It probably, I don't know, probably be boring to talk about it, but just weird. I haven't had profound dreams in a long time. Let's see. Let's see. What could I play? How about how about George Michael? I wonder if I could play it. I wonder if I can remember the words. How's it go? Oh, I gotta go back up. So, and you was mentioning earlier about doing covers and ruining them or whatever, and this is one of those songs I never wanted to touch, because I was like, I'll just fuck it up. We'll see if I can pull it off. I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. When the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind the silver screen and all those sad goodbyes. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, they got no rhythm. It's easy to pretend, but I know you ain't no fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend and waste this chance that I'd been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. Oh, oh, oh. never meant the careless whispers of a good friend. In the heart and mind, ignorance is kind. There's no in the truth. Pain is all you'll find. So I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, they got no rhythm. It's easy to pretend, but I know you ain't no fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Waste this chance that I've been given. I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Oh, oh, oh. Well, tonight the music seems so loud. Wishing we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We'd hurt each other with the words we want to say. Could have been so good together. Could have had this dance forever. Now who's gonna dance with me? Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, who's gonna dance with me? Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, was what I did so wrong that you had to leave me, here all alone. So I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, they got no rhythm. It's easy to pretend, but I know you ain't no fool. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. Waste this chance I've been given. I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Oh, 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 oh. Wham! Wham! There was this thing that happened. Apparently, like, George Michael was all screwed up on pills or something, and he, like, crashed his car into a building. And, like, the next day, somebody, like, or that night, somebody went out there and spray painted wham on the wall. I thought that was pretty funny myself. But anyway, see, I like to learn weird songs that you wouldn't expect to see a hobo thing. Anybody else pop in? My chat died. Okay, hold on. SE says smiley face. Hey, aloha, Harloa. Man, I love you, bro. I hope you don't think I'm mad or anything. I love you, man. Not in chat, but I'm listening. Aloha. Pinky stand. Sunglasses face is what Harloa says. I love you, man. I miss you. I forgot how well written the song is. It's a good song, you know. I mean, I'm on like this 80s kick. I keep playing all these 80s songs. Why no talk about dreams? Oh, you want to hear it? It's a weird dream. It's a weird dream. And I think I've interpreted it pretty well. Okay. So here's the thing. So I'm having this dream. And me and King Ross and a bunch of people that I don't know are in the dream. Like faceless people. Like, you know, they always say that if you see faces in your dream, it's because they're people you know, right? Or you've seen them around or whatever. These people had no faces. They were just kind of generic, you know? So I don't know who they were. But we were hanging out in this yard. And the whole time King Ross keeps saying, man, I can't wait to go swimming. Wait. Love the 80s music, movies, good stuff. Yeah. Oh, what did that other one say? It says, love you, brother. All good. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. That's like 400%, man. Thank you. Anyway. Oh, I never see faces in dreams. Yeah. You can't read words in dreams either. It's really weird. Yeah, you know who they are, but you don't know who they are. Like, I didn't know who these people were. So anyway, I knew King Ross was in the dream, though. He was in the dream. And so he kept saying in the dream, he says, man, I can't wait to go swimming. And, like, I didn't really understand what he meant by that or whatever. And we're standing out in this, like, backyard of this house. And I don't know whose house it was, right? I don't know. but it was a big expanse of a yard, and there's this like raging river, just raging river, torrents, like whitewater rapids kind of river. And I fucking said to him, and he starts getting undressed, like he's gonna go swimming. I said, dude, you can't swim in there, man. That water is just gonna just drag you right downstream. And he looks at me all weird. And so then he just like takes off his shirt and then he just jumps, but not into the river. All of a sudden there's this moat type thing that goes around the house and he's down in there swimming in this moat. And I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. So then later in the dream, though, we're inside the house now. We're looking out the back door. Now, of course, it really looks like the back door of my house, but it's not my house because there's like this patio out there. And I look out there and there's like an entire group of wild turkeys out there, bunch of wild turkeys, and a whole flock of chickens. And I thought, well, that's weird. And one of these faceless girls in the dream, she goes, oh, I'm going to go out there and play with the turkeys or whatever, but they're wild turkeys. And so she goes out there, and all of a sudden there's this like tom turkey that starts gobbling and getting all huffy puffy. And I was like, well, look out, there's a tom turkey, man. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with tom turkeys, but they can be pretty freaking aggressive. And then the tom turkey just kind of went away, and it wasn't any kind of big deal. And I was like, oh, well. So again, I'm like all worried about this thing that's not really worth worrying about, except for my misplaced prepositions. I am worried about those things about which I should not worry. There you go. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. And so that was kind of weird. Turkeys and chickens. Where the hell's that come into play? Oh, I got to read this. Hold on. Harloa says, I know who they are in my dreams, but they're not alive in real life, like my sister, grandpa, or friend. They don't have a face, but I know it's them. If they're alive in real life, they have face. There you go. That's true. Maybe these were all dead people but I don't know who they were. They were all just kind of generic. So anyway, turkeys and chickens. That's weird. And then, see, now I got to read this again. If I know who they are in my dreams, but they're not alive. Oh, wait, no, I already read that. Okay. Oh, wow, Steve Harloa says SE Wolverines. So then, and then I look out there and like all of a sudden, all the birds are gone, right? Except for this one little solitary chicken who's hanging out in some tall grass. And I was like, oh, you poor little thing, let me help you. And then, I can't remember exactly how we got back into the house, but now I'm in the house, and all of a sudden the chicken starts to like geek out a little bit, and I look out there, and all of the birds are out there again, and I was like, oh, okay, so I put the little guy down, and out she went, And I was like, well, that's weird. And then, this is where it gets just really bizarre. So one of the faceless people comes running in from the front door, and he's carrying one of those white ducks, like a pure white duck, but it's all bloody at the shoulder, and it looks broken, and he's just bawling because he hit this thing with his car. And I was like, oh my God, let me have it. And so I'm holding this duck, and it appears to be dead or dying or whatever. And I said, we need to get this to the vet. And then the guy goes, nah, it'll probably be okay. I was like, are you serious? It's all messed up. And he's like, it's probably dead. We don't need to get to the vet. And then all of a sudden the duck like comes back to life, and he's like kind of thrashing around. And so I let him go, and then he flew away. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And so anyhow, the way I've analyzed this dream, and I don't really put a lot of stock into all this stuff, but what I do know is that when you have a really profound dream like that, it's because there's something going on up here that your brain's trying to process, And, we dream every night, we just don't remember it. But when you do remember it, it's something worth remembering, and you got to figure it out. And so I kind of came to the conclusion that what it is that I keep worrying about shit that's completely out of my hands and probably not worth worrying about, right? And then I realized that King Ross has this turkey feather in his hat, okay? And then Pamela de la Cordillera, or Pamela Symphony, has this hat that has all these really colorful chicken feathers all over it. And then wouldn't you know it, oh, where is it? Oh, well, I had a freaking duck feather in my hat right there. Now I don't. That's weird. I came to the conclusion that I'm the injured duck and that I need to just come back to life and fly away. Okay, so NU says, seems like you've arrived at all the same interpretations I would have. Sounds like a manifestation of anxiety in your dream, overthinking situations that others perceive as not issues. And I think that you're spot on with that. Spot on. My anxiety, though, I think lately has been over an issue that is a real issue and should be taken seriously. But it's not something I'm going to discuss publicly. But I also have all kinds of anxieties. I'm a very weird, odd person. I'm hard to like. And I tell people that all the time, and they don't understand what I mean when I say that. They always go, I like you. So, yeah, hang out with me for a week, and we'll see if you still like me. Who's this? Oh, Miss Luck, welcome. Oh, no. Hold on. No. I almost, yeah, the prompt came up. Welcome, Miss Luck. So anyway, I was just talking about dreams. But I am a hard person to like. I'm a hard person to like. I'm very socially awkward, and there you go, right? Can't have an IQ of over 140 and not expect to be a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that was a weird dream. And then this morning, I'm not even going to explain to you what the dream was that I had this morning. It was out there. They'll give you one of the highlights though. Oh, James Freeman just went live. Low production quality awareness live stream. James Freeman is funny. The one part about this dream that I can tell you is that for some reason, Samuel Jackson was there, and he did something, like he came in with this dead body on his shoulder and threw it down onto the ground and like did some kind of thing, and the body like liquefied into liquid, and then like a whole big hole just like disintegrated into the floor and the roof of the house. And then this body had turned to liquid all over the floor, and I got it all over my pants. So I was trying to like find some new pants, and all the while, and I can't even get into the rest of it, but I wound up with like a pair of boxer shorts, and I'm running around trying to find another pair of pants because I got this dead body liquid all over me. It was really weird, and there was a bunch of people in that dream that I do know. And so I called them today, and because I was worried about them. Like in the dream, I was really, really worried about them. So when I woke up, I called them. But there's a whole bunch of other weird stuff. Like we wound up in Denver, and there's like some kind of amusement park in the middle of the city streets. So that was kind of weird. And anyway, it was very bizarre. Yeah, and nightmares are cool. And when you remember them, it means that you should pay attention because something's up. Oh, damn, was he screaming really loud when he was talking in your dream? No, he wasn't. He didn't even talk in the dream. And I remember in the dream thinking, what the hell is Samuel Jackson doing here? You know, like, or what is that? Is that his name? The guy from Pulp Fiction and all the movies? Samuel Jackson, right? Now go the fuck to sleep, that guy. I think it's Samuel Jackson. Anyway, it was just really weird dream. Um, but speaking of dead man on your shoulder, I am not a lucid dreamer. I wish that I was. Because if I had realized I was dreaming, I would have I don't even know. It was a good dream though. It was weird, but it was good. Okay, ready? Who's that anyway? Hold on, I gotta see who that is. I can't really read it. I can't read that. This thing, it says rotation is locked, rotate device back, and so the chat is very dim. Here, let me do it like I don't know how to say that. I'll pronounce it as many ways as I can, and eventually I'll get it right. Hey, is what he says, or what they say. I don't know if you're a lady or a gentleman or other. So we're going to play this song about a dead guy on your shoulder. I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder. I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder. I was hit by lightning walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Everybody's coming, leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. I'm waiting for my invitation to arrive. Going to a party, no one's still alive. Waiting for my invitation to arrive. Going to a party, no one's still alive. I was hit by lightning walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Everybody's coming, leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what you can't see. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what you can see. I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man, dead man, dead man. I'm all dressed up and nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man, dead man, dead man. I'm all dressed up in my suit and tie. Shiny silver dollar on either eye. I think the chauffeur's coming to the door. Says there's room for maybe one more. I was hit by lightning walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's a dead man's party, who could ask for more? Everybody's coming, leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what you can't see. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what you can see. I was hit by lightning walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's a dead man's party, who could ask for more? Everybody's coming, leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. There you go, some Oingo Boingo. I saw a Midnight Bandit pop into my room. Hey, 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 Midnight Bandit. I love you, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming. Oh, let's see. Right, Essie? I had to Blue Unicornize the hell out of that song. There's no way I could have imitated it by any stretch. It's such a complicated song. So I made it all like, kind of like an old Western. Fichi. Oh, I gotcha. We came, we saw, we kicked his ass. Oh, wait, no, that's the other one. No, is that it? I don't remember what Fichi means in Latin. Anybody know? I'm doing well. Love you, bro. Thank you, Midnight. It's good to see you've been cranking out those videos. Well, everybody in here knows Midnight Bandit. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Wolverines knows Midnight Bandit. I think maybe. Anyway, came, I saw, I kicked its ass. Right. Yeah, okay, so, see, I was wrong once. I thought I had made a mistake. Thank you guys for being here. 7 of us tonight. 12 thumb ups. That means 5 people were like, I'm out. I'm out of here. Oh, wait, no, there's 8 now. Alter ego talking about dreams again. I'm out. Let's see. I don't believe I do. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Wolverines, you should check out Midnight Bandit. He plays like really awesome music. It's really hard to describe. I mean, it's anything from like hip hop to like techno to like ambient trance. And those of you that don't know, Midnight Bandit has written this series called Noir or something. Dude, why can't I remember it? My brain hates me right now. Put the thing in there. Electric Noir. Okay, now this is a cool, like, science fiction. It's a really good story. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever heard. Go to Midnight Bandit's channel. Not now, after I'm done playing, of course. Because me and stuff. But after me... after me, go look up Electric Noir. There's... If memory serves, there's 2 seasons. Am I right? Or is it just one big long season? Anyway, it's super good story. Super good. And it'll just draw you in and you just, put your headphones on and then just listen. It's so cool. So cool. I don't want to tell you all what it's about. Oh, Ed Bandit, you rule, dude. You rule. In so many ways. Okay, so I played some Oingo Boingo. I've been playing like nothing but 80s songs except for that Gautier, which I think was 2000s. Oh, Wolverine, this story is just really cool. Like, just when you think you know what's going on, it'll like throw you for this loop out of left field. You're like, what? But then it all kind of comes around, you know, as the story progresses. It's like a bunch of different little stories that are all going on at the same time, but they all intertwine in this weird way. And, I mean, there's this really excellent soundtrack that goes behind it, you know, so there's like this soundscape of music while he's reading you the story. And what was really funny was I was privileged enough to see some of the first drafts of it, like before he actually recorded it, or he just sent me the text. And so the whole time I'm like reading the text, there's like an audio book of Midnight Bandit's voice going on in my head. And then when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's exactly how that sounded in my head. I don't know, it's funny to me. It's funny to me. All right, what am I going to play? Let's play the tuning song. E, A, D, G. I have perfect pitch. Sometimes at open mic I'll do the "My dog has fleas," even though that's for a ukulele. Okay, let's see here. You guys want to hear an original? This song is about what happens when your best friend's wife falls in love with you, and you're like, damn, you know? But then you decide to take the high road, you know, and tell him, say, hey man, you know, I can't go to California with you guys. He said, really? Why not? Dude. And so I told him. And then he was really, really mad and wanted to beat me up. And so even though I took the high road, I still lost 2 friends out of the deal. But what can I say, man? I'm a charming bastard. You know, don't ever fall for my charm. I'm just nothing but charm. I'm more like a hurricane, you know? I'll come in all nice and pleasant, and then things will be good for a minute, and then this fucking storm happens, and then I'm gone, and leave nothing but wreckage in my wake. And so anyway, that's what this song is. It's called "A Rose by Any Other Name Would Still Be Thorny as Fuck." I watched from a distance, but I saw so much. The truth was hidden behind this wall. What if I could change the world or its expression? Would there still be some place to fall? Is it worth its own weight in gold? And if I could be so bold to think it could be mine, if only a short time, well, it would only wilt and die. It was right there for me on a silver tray, and it was so hard to say no. But it was right there for me, and I could plainly see that it was time for me to go. to shake my hand. I was not at his command. I saw him watching me. He's always watching me with his cold blue evil eyes. There is no sympathy for banished lovers, no neutral ground here in exile. The voice was calling me, the face was staring at me, the devil whispered in my ear. I watched from a distance, but a watch rose never bloomed, so I admired it from afar. And I could watch forever, or maybe just a little while, as it sucked its life out from that star. But there was no shelter here, and I should not have interfered. So I left it well alone. I staggered on back home, went to bed while I still could, 'cause there is no simple aisle. But the voice was calling me, that face was staring at me, the devil whispered in my ear. And so my face remained empty and full of envy. Oh well, it's all the same to me, 'cause I won't forget that smell. I know it now so well, and the rose remained for all to see. So I wandered off into the snow. I wonder, where did all the spring rain go? Petals of scarlet red carpet this path I tread, but one single blossom still remained. Because there is no sympathy for banished lovers, no neutral ground beneath these covers. There is no sympathy for treachery, no neutral ground here in exile. But a voice was calling me, and that face was staring at me, the devil whispered in my ear. There you go. Because sometimes taking the high road leads to the same place. Wreckage. Wreckage. And it was one of those situations where you're like, man, I should have just done it. You know, if he's going to blame me and think I did it, I might as well just have done it. But sometimes the high road is better. Mr. Crypt is in the house. Awesome. Mr. Crypt, I think, is one of the Sacred 20, y'all. The Sacred 20. Leads to a Wham. There you go. Well, no, I already played Wham. Yeah, I already played Wham. Oh my God, guys. Thank you for being here. I was really kind of pissy before I went live. I was like, you know what? Instead of sitting around being pissy, I should do a live stream and play some music, you know? Hey, now there's 10 of us here. Welcome, number 10 even. Nutshell is what Miss Luck says. I don't know what that means. In reference to... hold on. Woohoo's what Bandit says. Aloha, everyone. I'm in and out of chat, but I am listening. Pinky handstand. I love the intentionality in Blue's vocals. Well, thank you, Midnight. The blue unicorn is love. Hey, Mr. Crypt. I know that, you know, way back in the day, we discussed being a parasite on the pooter. Does that mean that you're still in the area? Because if so, next Saturday, August 30th. My band, can't remember the band right now. Okay, I was pissy too. I couldn't find a venue to play at. Okay, we already did the grammar lesson earlier, so we'll go ahead and just let that one slide. Couldn't remember the band. I don't know which band. Which band? Oh, I guess you can't tell me which band because you can't remember it. Oh, so you're not around. Well, that's too bad. Because I got this project that's happening, and it's called Almost Sapient, where it's King Ross on the black and whites. And then we got Pamela de la Caldera, Pamela Symphony, playing the cello. And this woman will blow your mind what she does with this cello and this looper. And then on guitar, me, Blue Unicorn's alter ego. And you've probably seen the videos, I've been posting them. That was only our second concert. We played once at 2 the Fives, and then we headlined at 2 the Fives, and just, I mean, I am like my worst critic. Hey, there's an anti-at, Jack. Welcome, welcome. But I am like my own worst critic, and I really don't like the music that I make. You know, I have this joke about, you know, back when I don't know, I used to be in bands and stuff, and I'd be like, you know, if I wasn't in this band, I wouldn't even listen to this music, you know? And, you know, I guess I've come a long way. You know, I kind of somewhat am a little bit impressed with how skilled I've become over the last years. Some of you, like Camellia, I think can probably attest that just like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I first started doing open mics, I was just this timid little shit, scared to play in front of people. Now I've kind of overcome that. But when it comes to this band that I happen to be a member, I am a fan of this band, and I would go see this band. Like if I wasn't in it, and I'd be like, this is the most amazing thing, I would go see this band. And it's one of my little things that I say, I'd be your bass player. That means I want to be in your band, and it'll be your band, and I'll just be the bass player and play whatever you tell me, because I want to be in your band. But if I say I'd go see that band, that means I like it enough to like pay money to go see it. Oh, what does Auntie say? Good to see you. Didn't lose the Cheerios fight. Foul. I'm not sure what that means. Foul. Lamafoa? Ew? I don't know what that means. Bandit. Hey, Mr. Crypt. Hey, Anti. If I ever make it back up for a visit on the way to Vegas or whatever, hey, that'd be all right. You know what, though? This show that's happening this Saturday, it started out as this guy who just like would throw these crazy parties, and it was like an underground kind of thing. And apparently he's been doing it for several years. And this particular year, they're having it at this theater downtown. It's like a musical performance theater where they put on plays and stuff. And so he rented out the theater for it this year. And now it's gotten all kinds of like local headlines and on like radio stations and in the newspaper. And so this is going to be like a big blowout kind of deal. And we managed to get, it starts at like 2 and goes until like whenever it's over, 3 in the morning or whatever, I don't know. But we managed to book the 6 p.m. spot, which is like right there where like all the day people are getting ready to go home. All the night people are just coming out. So anyway, if all goes well, maybe we'll be playing in Vegas when you go visit, because that would be crazy. But I don't know what I would do if something like that happened, because I'm a very reclusive kind of person. And like, if all of a sudden, I don't know, these are what are called delusions of grandeur, by the way, like me dreaming about becoming famous or whatever. Because, you know, who am I? I'm just some guy on YouTube. But, but this particular band, I mean, I think it has potential to at least take us out of Loveland. Um, because we've been rehearsing. Like, here's the thing: those last couple of those bunch of videos and stuff, like we didn't rehearse that stuff. Um, Pamela's just very good at improvising, and King Ross is just really good at improvising, and so I just kind of like started playing songs, and then they just kind of filled in. But now we've started to rehearse, and we're getting some stuff polished up. I'm looking forward to it. And we invited some. We invited this girl that we know from around to come play hand drums. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, she's not going to be at this particular show because we're going to play this show, and then we're going to start doing more stuff. But there's also this guy. Oh, what's his? Steve Denny. You guys might have seen shorts on my channel of him playing this like just like flamenco style gypsy Spanish music on his guitar, and the guy is just killer. And we might have him come sit in, and we'll see what happens with that. I don't know, but I think that this band has the potential to like just grow and do things, like not just be the three of us, but like call in musicians from around town and have like this community band. Although, because a lot of communities are prone to being fake, maybe that's the wrong word for it. That's a different story though, and I'm not really going to get into that. But it has to do with the East End. You guys know how I used to play a lot of open mics at East End? Yeah, I'm just not anymore. I'm just not. I don't know. There has to be some kind of behind the scenes drama bullshit going on that nobody's telling me. Nah, I mean, I'm just paranoid because oftentimes I'm very paranoid. But there's this thing that keeps happening, and once is a thing. Twice, that's coincidence. But 3 times, it's a pattern. And then by the 4th time, I'm just pissed off and don't want to play there anymore. So I probably won't play there anymore. I'm going to go up to Fort Collins because there's one at, I think it's a Panhandler's Pizza on a Thursday. I'm going to go try that. And I have an idea what happened at the East End. And it's like a personal issue that had to do with this girl I was dating a while back. And then, like, I told her to pound sand. And then that was that. And then this other guy that I knew that had a big old boner for her was all mad at me because I broke up with her. And then he probably just trash talked me to all of those people down there because he's all butthurt because she won't date him. So how fucking petty is that? Now, I don't know that that's true, but I have this prescient sight that given the totality of circumstances and all the facts within my knowledge, I'm making an educated guess on that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, whatever. I was reminded of a Stoic philosophy. It says, concern thyself with that which is within, and not with that which is without. Some of you probably recognize that vaguely as being the Serenity Prayer. because the Alcoholics Anonymous was started by Stoics, and then it got overrun by Christians, and they turned it into this whole weird cult thing. I don't disagree with it. I mean, if it helps people to not drink, that's a good thing. Let's see here. So, oh man, my chat's okay. Certain people can be kind of readable. Yes. Well, and that's the thing, man. Um, it's really hard being able to like reveal people's intentions by their body language because you always catch them when they're lying to you, you know? Like I studied logic in my 30s, at argumentum ad verecundium and the like, logical fallacies. So I got really good at like spotting people trying to be deceptive and lie to me. And then I started watching those body language shows on the YouTube. And so of course, now I'm a body language expert because I learned it on YouTube. But not really. And then I started watching these word analysis guys who analyze the words that people use. And now I just catch it every time. And it's a really freaking lonely place because what most people don't realize is that everybody lies to everybody. Whether it happens to be like the lies of omission, where they just don't tell you something, which I think those are the worst. That they know the truth, they're just not going to tell you. Then you got the lies of deception, the implicit lies where they're, or explicit lies where they're just deliberately telling you things that are wrong. And then you got like the beating around the bush kind of stuff. Anyway, it's really, really hard now because I catch people feeding me bullshit all the time. And I've reached a point in my life where I don't eat people's bullshit anymore, which is one of the reasons I'm hard to like. Because if you're fucking bullshitting me, well, I'm gonna let you know about it. You know, some of you have probably witnessed me doing it in chat rooms. Let's see. There's a bunch of who else showed up. Mountain Man. If you guys don't know Mountain Man, you should go subscribe to Mountain Man. This guy just gets you right there. His music is just somewhere in my posts. In my posts, there's a link to his channel. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It is Blue Unicorn approved. You are welcome, my brother. Thanks for being here. Okay, well, I've been running my mouth a bunch. I haven't played any music. Let's see. Okay, well, that's obviously not true. I have played a bunch of music. See, that's one of the things when like hyperbolic statements. Oh, I would never ever say something mean to anybody. Really? Because never ever implies before and until the end of time. And there's no way that you can honestly say you would never say something mean because you don't know what you might say 3 months from now. So that's one of those little mealy mouth wordy things. See, I can't even talk without catching myself doing it. Anyway, all right. Mountain Man, I really, really want to learn that song. If I had the time. But some people are weird about that when you like do their song. I, for one, would be honored if somebody wanted to take the time to learn my song and play it. I would be immortal. That would be immortality because now someone else can tell my story long after I'm dead. But I know some people are weird about it. But so right now, instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. What? Well, you could teach me if you want, but I do this thing called blue unicornization, where instead of imitating what you have already done, which I could never do because your guitar playing is just superb. I mean, compared to mine, I'm a slouch. I know how to play like 5 chords 100 ways. Yeah, so what I do is homage rather than imitation. But I would try to sing the words the right way. I don't know. I'll think about it because I know it's one of those things. So let's see here. But I'll tell you what, when I hear that song, I get a little misty. You know, I'll admit it. I get a little misty. Okay, what song should I play now? Should I play another original? Oh, the chords? Yeah, I could probably figure those out. Right. Well, Chameleon, if you want to start a punk rock band, 3 chords is all you need. 3 chords. Sometimes 2. This is by a punk rock band from Boulder from about 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And it goes, powdered poison in a rabbit's eye. Every 3 seconds another dies. Screaming, tortured, echo cries. Too much hurting, too many lies. Smashing heads against a brick wall. Electrocute them and watch them crawl. Cut up the brains, see them fall. Welcome to the mad scientist ball. And then I forgot the rest of the words. It's like one of these animal rights punk rock bands from like the 80s. I'm probably going to rest soon, but I enjoy here. Have a good night. Okay, Bandit. Listen to one more. Okay, I better get to playing then. I'll get to playing. Let's play this one. I haven't played this in a long time. This is the first song off of my album, For the Hope of Loveless Causes. Not available at a store near you. Oh, how I'm tired of sleeping. My eyes so dry from weeping, but I can't wake up from this dream. Every day, same old reruns. No new shows, all just old ones. I wish I could turn off this screen. Walking around in the dark needing someone, but it's dark, restless sleep has betrayed me. My eyes are closed, yet I still see. It's been a while. Maybe someday I will wake up and emerge from darkness. From inside I see the light, so bright it burns my eyes. But I can't see to the end of this corridor, where I've been hiding for so long that I don't believe anymore there is anything out there for me. So I pull up these covers and I go back to sleep. I feel that burning, can't stop this tossing and turning. I just don't want to sleep no more. Yet I feel so uncaring, and my alarm is blaring, and I just woke up on the floor. When I woke up, I was crying, I'm sick and tired of trying to turn on the light when it's night, 'cause nothing ever seems to turn out right. I boned it. And if I had a dime for every mean thing I've said, I'd be a millionaire whose friends are now all dead. Comfort in isolation, this mental masturbation. My senses been sown and reaped, so I'll go back to sleep, dream of all those things that I wanted from life. Never have to see just what it is I've come to be. Sleeping away the years, I'm sleeping away these fears. Then I won't have to share how little or how much I care. There you go. That song is called I Am Far Too Tired to Sleep. It's one of the first songs that I ever wrote, actually. Here, you guys want to... Okay, now this is not technically the first song that I ever wrote, but it's the first song that I like, that I wrote, because I was in this band when I was a little teenager. Oh my God, and that's the weirdest thing. Okay, so this theater where this show is happening next Saturday used to be a place like 30 something years ago, and it was called the Loveland Youth Empire, and it was like a little youth center where all the kids could go and play pool and stay off the streets and stay off the drugs, which ironically we used to, you know, maybe do drugs and then go there, but that's a different story, and I can't confirm or deny that. But nonetheless, I was in this shitty little punk rock band when I was like 15, and it was like our second show ever was at that place. And then we played there one other time, and then they wouldn't let us have shows there anymore because all of the punk rockers were doing the slam dancing, the slam dancing. Now they call it moshing, but in those days everybody ran in a circle, and it was called slam dancing. And they were like, oh my God, they're fighting or whatever. And it was just really dumb. But I just think it's weird. It's really because my mother used to work there. And so now every time I go into that place, I see my mom there because but my mom passed away. So it brings back memories of the good old days. Anyway, and then I was in this other band, and I wrote these songs that we were called DNA, and then we were called Crucial Fiction. And incidentally, the drummer for that band is the fuckhead from the previous story, the one who I think has been trashing me. But that's a different story. We've known each other since high school, so clearly it's some kind of high school bullshit. But anyway, and the songs that I wrote in that band were just dumb. It was like I just wrote down words that rhymed. Yeah, she died in 2017. And a lot of times people get really, really sad about that sort of thing. But she was not in a very good way. And so it was kind of more of a... I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't sad, because it definitely was. But it was more of like kind of like she was not having a good time. So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know. It's she was not having a good time. That's the thing about death, like if somebody's sick for a long time, you personally have time to like build up to the idea and kind of prepare for it. But when something happens like that, boom, and then they're gone, and there's no time to prepare for that, and that's when the severe mourning happens, because there's no lead up to it. It's just like a shock. But anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about the first songs I ever wrote. So this was the first song that I ever wrote that I thought was any good. And it may or may not be about Red Unicorn. Like maybe Red Unicorn manifested herself into my psyche when I was 19. And it goes like this. I look into the future, I wish that it would never come. So I looked into the past, pray that there had never been one. This ecstasy flows through my mind, I don't know why I vanished or just lost. Well, these questions fill my drowning mind. You confuse my thoughts, twisting my words around till I can't think straight anymore. Well, I want these nightmares to end, but it won't. This torture haunts me. It creeps into my dreams at night. I wake up crying, let the nightmares end. Oh, but I know that it's all in my head. Why can't I live with this one around like a ghost inside of me, slowly killing me? You confuse my thoughts, twisting my words around until I can't think straight anymore. I hear it calling from a distance, and I try to put it in the back of my head, and I try to ignore it, but I can't. I need a fix, 'cause this addiction I have is not a drug, it's just a state of mind I'm in. And why I need it, who knows why? I know why, I just can't think straight anymore. This addiction I have is oh so powerful, it makes me crazy the way I crave. Why we all need it, who knows why? I don't know why, we just can't think straight anymore. We just can't think straight anymore. No one can think straight anymore. There you go. That is the only love song I have ever written, and it's not about anyone, really. It's just about love itself, you know? It feels so good when you have it, and then when you run out, you like go through like serious withdrawal. I don't know, I think that was the meaning behind it, I guess. But I think it's when Red Unicorn manifested herself, and we just had to wait for the internet to be invented, for Red Unicorn and Blue Unicorn to meet, you know? Anyway, it's called Sassy Little Redhead. Thank you. It was a good song. When I wrote it, I did not play it that well. You know, you have to understand, I've polished that song over like, I was 19, so 31 years ago. Wow. think I have the same classical. I gave it to my son to learn on. Okay, again with this grammar thing. Yeah, this one is a Yamaha. I drew my little symbol on it. I'm gonna carve that with my Dremel, and then I'm gonna inlay stone, and it is going to look cool. I forget what model this is. This was just like the lowest cost one that they had. Oh, here we go. It's a CGX 102 Yamaha, and it's, it's a little $300 jobby, but I love it. I have a Fender in here. It's a Fender Stratocaster hollow body, and I just never play it anymore. I love the sound of these, and I love what happens when I play like Black Sabbath on a nylon string guitar, because that's funny to me. It's funny to me. Like if you go into my videos, you'll see I'm playing Ace of Spades on nylon string. I was like, I'm gonna start a new genre of music called heavy nylon music. As I go, and then I gotta whistle that part. I can't remember how to play it right now. I'd have to do a refresher, because a lot of these videos that I post, it's just some song that I learned because I thought it'd be funny, and then like I just don't ever really play it again. But like that Bananarama thing, I learned that because I thought it would be funny, and then it turns out it's like one of my favorite songs to play. It's one of my favorite songs to play, and it started out as a joke, Okay, change of plans. I'm going to stay up a bit. Thanks, Midnight. Are you going to stay up and hang out, or are you just going to I'm going to bounce, but I'm going to go do something more fun? So mine's probably 40, Camellia. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. The first one that I had was one that my mother had purchased in Mexico, probably in the early 1970s, and it was it's Checker practice guitar, and it's absolutely my favorite. It's got this body on it that's probably like twice as thick as this. It has a real nice sound, but I need to replace the saddle. And when I was like 16, I put regular steel guitar strings on it, and it cracked the shit out of the neck up here. And so it's all like glued together and zip tied and stuff, and it doesn't want to stay in tune. But I found one online. You can buy it for $30 on eBay. It's just a cheapo whatever, but it's got this great sound, and I miss it. But I have this now, and this one I can plug in. That one I can't plug it in. So, oh, awesome. Okay, Bandit's here to hang out, so that means I gotta play something good. Here's the song. This is really hard, okay? So sing along if you can. Now, most of you have probably never heard this before, but there was this like kind of a hip-hop kind of thing called No One Ever Really Dies, and they just went by NERD. But this song really stuck with me. I'm not necessarily a hip-hop fan, but this song stuck with me. Oh Lord, I think you can tell it's in the air of our nation. It might shock you, the mass hallucination, but the dead people, they dress well. They say, oh my God, you're the one staring. Oh my God, let me shake your hand. Do it like this, do it like that. Can you switch it up, send it right back? Frown to your back, smile to your face. Think I keep it real, but I keep it fake. Think I'm a head, but I'm an ass, and I'm really sick and I need a mask. Now it's in the air, spreading everywhere. so you should be prepared. Ain't no pill or cough syrup that can help, so you better hurry up. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, 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 come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, hey, hey. To spread this thing, they don't need a tongue. Instead they use their precious lungs. And the scariest thing, they might not even kill ya, but they still let people dance around like Thriller. And they say, what's your name? You're the one staring. Oh my God, let me shake your hand. Do it like this, do it like that. Can you switch it up? Send it right back. Frown to your back, smile to your face. Think I keep it real, but I keep it fake. Think I'm ahead, but I'm the ass. Man, I'm really sick and I need a mask. Now it's in the air, spreading everywhere, so you should be prepared. Ain't no pill or cough syrup that can help, so you better hurry up. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, 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 come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, hey, hey. So they're coming in to get me now. What a shitstorm of a situation. But a ray of light comes through the darkest cloud. Stop Big Brother and his invasion. They say, oh my God, you're the one stand. Oh my God, let me shake your hand. Do it like this, do it like that. Can you switch it up? Send it right back. Frown to your back, smile to your face. Think I keep it real, but I keep it fake. Think I'm ahead, but I'm the ass. Man, I'm really sick and I need a mask. Now it's in the air, spreading everywhere, so you should be prepared. Ain't no pill or cough syrup that can help, so you better hurry up. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, 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 come on, come on, come on. Hey, 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 it's in the air. Hey, hey, hey. Sing that one 12 times fast. No one ever really dies. If you record some chords, I can, and bass, guitar, and make a beat collaboration. That'd be great. I don't know if that's a conversation. Okay. Should call the song Silent but Deadly. Yeah, that song is called In the Air. And it kind of reminds me of that whole stupid Corona thing where it was just mostly propaganda, you know? Like, those freaking masks didn't work and none of that shit worked, and the fucking vaccine killed everybody. And I got fired because I told them to stick their mask up their ass and that I wasn't going to get a vaccine, and so they fucking fired me from my goddamn career. 17 years I'd been taking care of disabled people, and they're like, well, sorry, you know, either do this eugenics thing or you'll be fired. I said, well, then fire me then. But anyway, that song was prior to all of that. And don't get me wrong, the COVID was no joke, man. I mean, I got sick a few times and it sucked ass, but I didn't ever think I was going to die from it. It certainly didn't. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole thing. But anyway, In the Air by Nerd. Yeah, there you go. That's right. He is number one. And you can read all about it right up there. If you look right up there. Uh-oh, who we got? Chips for you, my man. Chips for you, you guys. I know him from the open mics, and he so reminds me, well, not even really, but it's the same kind of thing. Like, he plays just killer blues, man. He just knows the chords and the scales. But he plays to like backing tracks, so it reminds me of the good old days, you know, when we used to all be happy and watch conspiracy music playing his swivel and roll. Remember conspiracy music and the swivel and roll? Those were good times, man. I wish that those good times. Anyway, Chips for you. One of the solid people, man. One of the solidest people that I know. And he plays some killer blues. And I don't know. You all just have to meet him. He's a great guy. And him and Mr. Capshaw are. We do the open mic things that we do. Open mic things. Anyway, I could sit there and listen to Chips play all night if I had to. Not even if I had to, if I chose to. How about that? That's probably a better word. Let's see. Okay. Back to the shoe. I know, right, Camellia? How much do you think music theory... Oh, high tide. I'm having trouble reading these because this screen right here, it says orientation is locked, rotate device back, and it won't stop saying that, and so all of the chats are kind of. But high tide. How much do you think music theory can help someone create music? And do you consider it important? Well, that's kind of a trick question. It's kind of a trick question because, yeah, music theory will absolutely help. It absolutely will. But you have to start at the beginning, you know? Like, for instance, the first song I learned on a guitar, it went like this. How does it go? How does it go? Okay. And it's just simple, right? But it's a rudimentary, because you're learning one string at a time, and then you're learning where all the notes are in relation to that string on the neck. And then after that, you can learn where to put your second finger and figure out where the chord sounds good, or anyway. So you have to learn the rudiments first. And I started learning on piano when I was very, very young, and I refused to read the music. Like, I would just imitate what the piano teacher was doing and then just do that. And she told my parents all those years ago, he's never going to be able to play music. He won't learn how to read it. He won't learn how to read the music. So he's never going to be able to play music. And guess what, Ms. Misek? I play all kinds of music now. I play the guitar and the bass and the drums and the spring melodiphone and the flute and all kinds of stuff. And guess what? I still never learned how to read music. I can decipher it. I mean, I know Every Good Boy Does Fine and FACE and Great Big Dogs Fight Animals. You know, I know that stuff, and I can tell you what the notes are. But my piano teacher was so good that she could turn the music upside down and then start at the top and play it backwards and upside down. Like, that's how good she was. But I never really learned how to do that. And piano is my least skilled instrument. I can barely play it. I can play Baby Sleeping on the piano. That's it. Which is one of my original songs. But the thing is, what I was earlier, I was joking about how I know how to play 5 chords 100 different ways, but it's still the same 5 chords. And I see people coming up here on the neck and they got all these chords that they can play up here. I don't even know that. I don't know that. And like, for instance, when Chips is up there playing the blues and stuff, and I keep thinking, I should have practiced my scales. Because I don't know my scales. I can play like a real crummy, like, simple little blues thing. But studying the theory, it will definitely help you. I'm playing my classical with you blue. It's a Yamaha C40. Mine is not that. Anyway, Mountain Man says that's bullshit. I think he says that I'm full of shit. Let's see. Being able to improvise is an amazing skill. That is true. I am not good at improvising. I'm a lot better now than I used to be. But man, I'd sit down with guys that were just jamming, and yeah, I just blow some farts and then give up and go, man, I'm just not good, and then I'd throw a tantrum. How much do you think music theory? Okay, so I don't know if that helped, but yeah, it can help. But if you're just musically inclined, you can learn how to play music without all that stuff. But you do need the rudiments. Like, you need to know how to count, right? Like most things are, a lot of things are in 4/4. So you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, right? Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she was. Well, yeah. Screw you, Miss Misek. I hope you're, rolling. But anyway, I have been in bands where, like, because I have all these songs, like, some of them are in 3/4, some of them are in 6/8, some of them are in 4/4, one of them is even in kind of like a 5/7 weird count. And I haven't, I had all these different drummers who were like, well, I could do this. Crash, 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 crash. And you're like, no, it doesn't do that. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're like, you mean like this? Crash, 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 crash. And I'm like, no, not that. Not. Oh man, I must have bounced out there for a second. But anyway, there's different countings. Like here, like I was just counting in 5/4. So what that means is there's 5 counts per measure. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Exactly right. The drummer's like, I don't know how to do that. I know how to hit my cymbals too loud while you're trying to sing. That's your typical drummer. I'll just hit all the cymbals all the time and be the loudest one in the room because I have a thing about drummers. Now, percussionists, that's a different story. But drummers just kind of piss me off, and then they try to sleep with your girlfriend. So in 5/4, you got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, see? And then now that I'm playing it, here we go. Happy and I'm smiling, walk a mile to drink your water. You know I love to love you, and above you there's no other. We'll go walking out as others shout at war's disasters. But we won't give in, we'll keep living in the past. Once I used to join in, all the boys and girls were my friends. Now there's revolution and they don't know what they're fighting. We'll just close our eyes as people's lives go on much faster. But we won't give in, we'll keep living in the past. There you go, Living in the Past by Jethro Tull. And that is in 5/4. And then there's Whip and Post. Okay, this one's fun because it's in 11/8. And it goes, how's it go? So you would count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's in 11/8. But most people add on that extra because they don't know what to do with 11/8. So they got to do it in 12/8 because the drummer doesn't know how to do anything but count 4 over and over again. And it's very aggravating. So that part of the theory, you need to learn the counting and the measures. You know, so 11/8, what that means is it's 11 counts per measure, and the 8th note gets 1 count. So instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're actually going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So the number on top tells you how many counts there are. And the number on bottom tells you which note, which note gets the count. So if it's in 4/4, it's 4 counts per measure. And the measure is with the 2 little bars next to it and the notes in between it. 4 counts per measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. Whereas I have this song, and this one aggravated all the drummers because now there's a difference between 3/4 and 6/8. You know, 4 is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like it's a waltz, right? But 6/8, you know, it's divisible, but 6/8 is more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 implies a faster tempo, whereas a 6/8, it's a longer measure. I don't know if any of that made any sense. I was told there would be no math. Oh, see, Algo, that is where you're wrong. You guys, you hear about this thing called the liberal arts, right? And you go, oh, is that what, women's studies? No, that's not the liberal arts. The 7 liberal arts was the trivium, which is grammar, logic, and rhetoric. And then the quadrivium, which is Pythagorean system, where the first one is math or numbers, okay? Numbers, math. The next one is music, which is literally math in time. And then the third one is geometry, which is math in space. And then the last one is astronomy, which is time and space. So it's numbers in time and space. So music is math. One night we were all in DOA's live stream, and he was arguing that music is not really a language because nobody speaks it. And that's not true. A language can be written, and music is a language written in mathematics so that I could write down a thing in notes if I had, learned how to read music, like Miss Misek said. But if I could write down an idea and then mail it to somebody, and then they could read that and then transcribe it. So it is a language. It's a written language. And also you can convey the feeling through the message, and the singing, of course, it's the English language set to numbers in time. So it is technically a language. Okay, now all of these comments went by and I missed them all. So let me see here. Drummers like to hit stuff. You got to watch it. That's right. Drummers, to me, the word drummer is a pejorative. I prefer percussionist, but only if they're not a drummer. Some percussionists play the drums, but drummers are what you call the guy that hangs out with three musicians. Okay, it holds true. Dave Grohl. There you go. Dave Grohl cheated on his wife. That's true. I didn't know that, but Dave Grohl is a percussionist and a musician. Did you ever hear Probot? That was a good album. Probot was a good album. Got a community post about a drummer. Yeah, I don't want to talk about any specific drummers. Drummers are not percussionists. That's right. There you go. See, Auntie gets it. Drummers hit their fucking cymbals too much and they don't know their place. Oh, and he's going to know what I'm talking about. But there's this bass player that's around town. And he is a really, really, really good bass player who definitely practiced his scales, and he's a blowhard show-off. He just walks all over the singer, walks all over the music like the guy's trying to sing, and he's over here like showing everybody how big his dick is, and he's always got to be the loudest one. He's walking, and dude, you're the rhythm section, man. You and the drummer are supposed to be like this. But no, he's like, I'm not the rhythm section. I'm the star of the show. Everybody look at how big I can jerk off. And it just really annoys me. Like, he does not know his place. He's the rhythm section, not the star. Now, unless you're like a Les Claypool, which I think he fancies himself to be that, but he's not that. He's just a dick. So him and a drummer should get together and just make all the noise. And then just not have a singer or a guitar player, because it's aggravating. Like, when you guys watch my band play, you're going to see me just doing this over and over, right? And I'm just hiding there, and I'm just playing the chords, and I'm staying quiet so that Pamela can do her thing on the cello, because that cello's the lead instrument right now, right? And then the cello will back off, and I'll just keep doing this. And then King Ross will get that synth going, and then we all take turns. But we're not all like stomping all over each other, trying to be the biggest dude in the room or whatever. Because musicians like that are very aggravating. A good example is Steve Stevens. Do you guys know who Steve Stevens is? He was the guitar player for Billy Idol, and then he was the guitar player for Michael Jackson. And, that was pretty good, right? That was pretty good. But then you go listen to Stevens, Bozzio, and Levin, and you understand that Steve Stevens is a virtuoso guitar player. Virtuoso. But while he was playing with Billy Idol and Michael Jackson, You know, he was good, but he didn't walk all over the rest of the band, even though he could have. You know why? Because he knew what his place was in that band, and it was to be the guitar player. So there you go. Steve Stevens is really good. Go check out Stevens, Bozzio, and Levin. It's Steve Stevens, Terry Bozzio, and Tony Levin from King Crimson. Tony Levin is one of my favorite bass players. Okay, it dropped out a few channels. Cause. Yeah, are we still talking about that? You know, here's the thing. If we talk about somebody too much, they're going to show up. I knew this girl named Chelsea, and if you said her name 3 times, she would just show up at your house, and she's like the most annoying person on earth. But if you said her name 3 times, she'd show up. Okay, anyway, thanks for being here, Algo, and Chips, awesome, bro. Thank you for catching a live stream. I don't do them very often. Let's see. Thanks, Auntie. I appreciate the drop. Oh, yeah, Auntie is a mod. I didn't have any mods in here. Now, mod, he can drop links. Thank you, Anti. Anti rules, you guys. I know him from around the way. And he got me to play some pretty good songs that I wouldn't have played otherwise. Dropping the oh, man, I'm so far behind in this chat. Okay, hold on. I got to catch up. Oh, Shelly! Shelly Michelle, my belle. Shelly is one of my most favorite people. Oh, and Shelly's a mod. I forgot. Shelly's a mod. I got 2 mods in here now. You like Bossa Nova? I like to blame it on the Bossa Nova. Blame it on the Bossa Nova. Remember that? I always remember it from that movie. There was a movie called Amazon Women on the Moon, which was a really funny movie. But you remember who it was when he was singing that song? Do you remember that from elementary school, playing trumpet, but I never think about, I don't know what that means. Nova SS 1972. That sounds like a good car. You know, in a Nova in Espanol means it doesn't go. And then in like other speak, it means like a stellar explosion. So it seems like bad marketing. Okay. Let's not get into the math and the vibrational notes. Okay. Need to have us. I so need to have you for an interview. You are a smart mofo and have so much to share. You know, Algo, I am also a pariah. And because I have a tendency to call bullshit when I see it. And a couple of years ago, I called some serious bullshit. I called bullshit on a couple of folks. And lines were drawn. And I just took my ball and went home. And haven't gone back. Just haven't gone back. And then just recently, I kind of sort of called bullshit again and threw a little tantrum and a meltdown. Although that one was not public, I took my complaints to people that I thought would hear me out and be my friends. And then I got a little disappointed. And so I took my ball and went home again. And so now I'm kind of a pariah 2 times over. So if I come on your show, it might have unforeseen repercussions for you because the communities at large are prone to a bunch of high school backstabbing fucking bullshit. In fact, while we're on the subject, I'm going to play you the song I wrote about it. Maybe when I'm done, I'll tell you the story about what this song means. guys hear that? Sounded like it came from outside. It's always safer if we all just stay in here. Safer just to stay in here. Here's a backwards mask you can wear. Keeps the tigers off your tail. Deep inside you'll be terrified. So here comes peacocks and pride, so everybody step aside. It's all pomp and plumage and just gilded decay. But it's beyond the pale to lift that veil. It's beyond the pale to lift that veil. Here in all of your majesty, portrait for the whole world to see. Beyond the wall, you're just so small. But never fear, we're all kings in here. Ask anyone, they'll all agree. Just bite down on this and try to relax. There's plenty of knives to go around. There's one for every back. One for every back. Solo guitarist extraordinaire. I need Chips. Chips actually played solo on when I played this the other night. Spotlight in the dark, so get on your mark and espouse your carefully crafted soliloquy. And do your best and just watch your step. So you'll do your best and watch your step. Talking, busking on your feet. Sometimes it laughs, sometimes it cries. Sometimes it just dies. But never fear, we're all kings in here. Ask anyone and they'll all agree. They'll pat your shoulder, they'll gladly shake your hand. Twist the knife right in your back. I hope you'll understand. Hope you'll understand. 'Cause even though we're all kings in here, even though we all agree, deep inside we're all petrified. there you go. That's about how it only just takes a couple of people to just like, all right, so I'll give you the lowdown. Um, Earlier I was talking about how a couple of years ago when I first started playing out, and I was just like this timid, like I didn't. It's hard to explain, but I've always been really like self-critical of my singing. I was always embarrassed to sing in front of people, especially my friends, because most of my friends were like punk rockers. They were like, and I'm writing all these pretty songs and things, and they're like, oh yeah, that's neat, which is one of those beating around the bush lies where they don't like it. They just don't want to be dicks about it. And I would rather they be dicks about it, but no, it's clear that they didn't like it. And so I was all embarrassed and I didn't want to do it. And then I was in a band, a couple of bands. I was backstage at the Fillmore East, and Jimi Hendrix is in the back room throwing up, and Mama Cass is making a batch of her spaghetti pie and throwing up. Oh wait, no, that was a Tenacious D bit. I'm sorry, I'm thinking Tenacious D. But no, I was in a couple bands, and I didn't ever get over the stage fright. I was just absolutely terrified. And so then I quit that band and then moved to Oregon, and then I was married to this woman for 13 years, and she wouldn't let me play my guitar in the house or sing. And it was because all the songs that I would sing were not about her. And I think that made her upset or whatever. I don't know. But whatever. I couldn't play guitar in the house, and it was a bunch of crap. So for all these years, 13 years, I didn't do anything with music at all. And one day I got the hankering to go down and do an open mic. This was in Corvallis, Oregon. And by then, I got divorced and was living in my own apartment, so I could play my guitar all damn day, naked on the couch. Nobody could see me. Nobody cared. So it's whatever. And so I practiced a bunch, and I went down there, and I was a taxi driver, so I was always working late or whatever. And so finally, I made it down there to one, and of course, they put me last on the list because I'm the new guy, and it was a little club, and they all had their little open mic club. Chips knows what I'm talking about these open mic clubs, where like as soon as all their friends are done playing, everybody just fucking leaves. And so as soon as I got on that stage, I literally watched all but one person, and the place was packed. All but one person walked right out that freaking door and went home. One guy stayed to listen, and so I played him my songs, and he was like, dude, that was really good. I think maybe if you played earlier, the people might like it. And I was like, I don't care. And I tucked my little tail and I went home. And I was all super butthurt, because musicians are all, I hate to break it to you guys, but most musicians are pretty narcissistic, or else we wouldn't play music for anybody. Who the fuck am I? I'm just some guy on YouTube. Why am I important? Well, because I think I am, and that's why I'm going to do this thing. So anyway, got pretty butthurt. And then I just didn't do open mic again, ever, until, I don't even remember when it was. It was like 2020, I think, or, I'm so far behind in the chat, you guys, I'm not going to be able to read all those. So anyway, I mentioned to somebody that I was going to go do an open mic, and so then I went and did it, and told them I'd be there with bells on. So I was. And I was just fucking terrified. I was just terrified. Like, I remember sitting down, and I went like this. I sat down, and I got ready to play, and then I looked up, and everybody was looking at me. And I instantly got like, I was like, ugh. And so me being the smart ass that I am, why is everybody looking at me? And then they laughed because it sounded like a joke, but it wasn't a joke, man. I was fucking shaking in my knickers. And but I played okay. You know, I didn't play terribly or anything. Um, and then over time, you know, I started to get a little more comfortable and a little more comfortable. But what really did it was I got invited into this music community. So back to this song, okay? So the song is really, it's about me, but I have this really good judge of people's personalities and things like that. And so I got invited into this music community, and it was great. And like everybody in the community just seemed so awesome and so supportive and so nice, and everybody was seemed like we were all friends, you know. And I said, "Oh my God, this is the greatest place ever. Everyone is so nice, and we're not, and nobody's here to have like a dick measuring contest. We're all just here to have fun and to play our music and be supportive and encourage people." And I thought, man, this is just so great. And then after, yeah, okay, Mountain Man, I'll be getting to that in a minute because Mountain Man nailed it right there. Okay, hosts get pissed when you show them up at the show. Now, it's not necessarily hosts, but we're going to get that. Okay. So, so anyway, and it was this great community, and it most likely it still is. It's most of the people there are genuinely awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. But what happened was after one of the shows, I went backstage. You know, we were all doing the backstage thing, and this one particular guy, like, as soon as the freaking cameras were off and we were all backstage, he just started shit talking everybody and spreading gossip and trying to get people pissed off at other people. And he's just being a freaking douchebag. And I was just like, oh my God, here we go. This is how it works. It's that fake smile that turns into a shit show after nobody's looking, right? And it was this one particular guy. And I said, well, there you go. That's the shark. That's the shark in the water. And he's gonna be trouble. He's gonna be trouble. And I think he just did it. I think he just did it because he liked it. I think he liked causing the turmoil. Now, some of you might know who I'm talking about, but you don't really know who I'm talking about. You think you know, but you don't know. This is well before any of that other thing happened. But then this guy just continued to do it and just continued to antagonize people and continued to start pitting everybody against each other. And he's the only person that I've ever blocked. Well, actually, I haven't blocked him yet, but my mods had permission to block him, but they had to wait for me to chew him out first. Because it just never fails. Every time I run into this guy, he fucking gets me into trouble. You know, there's this thing that happened, and I was just like, man, I was just here, dude. You fucking leave me out of this. I'm trying to move away from all that. And you know, anyway, it's the whole thing. And that actually didn't turn out to be such a deal. I got really broke out though. I was like, man, I just finally moved past this, and now you guys are involving me in this shit again, and I don't want to. So anyway, but then there was this other thing. So, but those guys are lousy in all communities. You can't get past it because that's just a personality trait. Some people are just antagonists, you know. But then, more to the point of what Mountain Man just said, was that this other person that I thought was my friend seemed very, very supportive until I got more subscribers than them. And the thing is that actually had to do with that other guy that we were just talking about. Because I swear, to this day, I swear he botted my account and didn't tell me. Because all of a sudden, I started getting all these subscribers, but they're just, I don't know. It started to grow suspiciously fast. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I started getting that whole, what do you call it, imposter syndrome? Where I was like, why the hell would I have this many subscribers? I am not that good, you know? And so then this person that I thought was a friend of mine got really butthurt that now I had more subscribers than they did. And blah, blah, blah. And it turned into this weird antagonistic friendship now. And then along comes this other guy who shall remain unnamed. But same kind of deal where I think that behind the scenes he was trying to destroy all of the people that he found to be threatening to him in some way, and it wasn't cool. And I finally just had enough of the high school fucking drama bullshit. Fucking snapped. And I did this 2 hour live stream where I just dressed everybody down, and I was kind of a dick about it. And there's one person that I feel really bad about it, because I talked shit about three people. One of them, I had no business talking shit about them, and I still to this day I feel really bad about it. But the other two can eat a bag, and eat a big old bag. So anyway, but that's what this song is, okay? So it starts off, the lyrics are, yeah, Camellia, it was not one of my shining moments, but it was one of those things that I felt like it had to be done because this shit had to come to the surface and people needed to know. And then whatever, but I just took my ball and went home after that. Like I said, I'm a fucking hurricane. I just caused a big fucking storm and then I left. That's not cool, man. It was not cool. It was not cool for me to do that. But I was at my wit's end at that point. And so the way that this song came about, it happened that one time that I was backstage and that one freaking douchebag was, did you guys hear what so and so said? Here, check it out. Oh, look, I got a screenshot. And he starts like sending it around to people. Oh, look at what he said. What a dummy, huh? And what was stupid was that I was reading the fucking screenshot, and to me, it looked like this guy had antagonized that guy to get him to say something like that, just so he could screenshot it and then go show somebody. Oh, look at what he said about you, man. Like, that's some freaking petty ass shit, man. And so the idea just, it was like Philip K. Dick's Valis trilogy that just beamed into his brain from a pink beam of light. It's a long story. But that's how this, and so the song wrote itself. And yeah, exactly. Someone was at my whip's end, and that wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. And I'm not going to try to sit here and defend myself and say that it was the right thing to do, because it certainly wasn't, and it had catastrophic results. But I wrote this song well before any of that shit happened. And so what it was okay, so the first verse says, shh, did you hear that? Sounded like it came from outside. And what that means is I was hiding in my house, not going out, meeting people, not doing anything. And then all of a sudden here somebody's inviting me to go do this thing. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I'm very good. I don't know if I want to do that. But then, Blue Unicorn shows up and he says, oh, don't worry. Here's a backwards mask you can wear. And in India, this certain tribe of people, they will wear this face on the back of their head because the idea is that if a tiger thinks that you're looking at it, it won't attack you. That's not true. If a tiger's hungry, it's going to fucking eat you. But they think that it works. And so, and then it says, but deep inside you'll be petrified. So even though you're wearing your backwards mask, you know that you could be eaten at any moment. So then it says, here comes peacocks and pride, so everybody step aside. And so here I show up on the scene and I'm pretending that I'm all Mr. Whatever and listen to me, I'm super good and stuff. But it's all pomp and plumage and gilded decay, right? Because I'm an old man and my dreams of being a rock star have long surpassed me. So I can act like a rock star all day long, but I'm not one. And then so it says, here in all your majesty, portrait for the whole world to see. Because here I'm going to be on YouTube where the whole world can watch me, right? But beyond the wall, you're just so small. It's me feeling like this. I can pretend to be the rock star and stuff, but Outside of these YouTube realms, I'm a mess, you guys. But then, so I was complaining about a certain thing to this friend that I thought was my friend. And it turned out that this friend, instead of being like, yeah, that guy's a douche, why is he doing that to you? They instead said, oh, you gotta just get over it, buddy. There's no rules. Just because he's deliberately streaming over you doesn't mean that, you gotta take that personally. What are you talking about? He's streaming over me every time. Like, first time on Tuesdays, then he's streaming over me. So I switched to Thursdays, and then now he's doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. So then I quit doing Thursdays, and then they quit doing Thursdays. You don't think I'm gonna take that shit personally, right? So I was pissed. But they were just defending him, saying, "Oh, here, just bite down on this while we whip you, and just get over it," you know. So that's where that was, the whole bite down on this and try to relax. There's plenty of knives to go around. There's one for every back. Yeah, okay, you got stabbed in the back. So what? Everybody gets stabbed in the back. Well, yeah, but it's still a shitty thing to do to somebody. Right? And so anyway, so that's that line. And then it says, never fear. Oh, we already did that. Never fear, we're all kings in here. And that's the whole illusion that we're all here to have a good time and we're all friends. But behind the scenes, people are backstabbing. All right. So then what is it? The last verse, spotlight in the dark, get on your mark. So I did. I joined the community. I started like playing and becoming a little more popular than the boss wanted, to quote the Baron Harkonnen, never get more popular than the boss unless you intend to sack him. That's Baron Harkonnen from Dune. And so then that's where what Mountain Man said comes into play. As soon as like all of a sudden people are intimidated by you, now they want to destroy you. It's what's called the Thucydides trap. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Thucydides trap. It's an old thing where, like you'll have a city-state here, and then you'll have this small little city over here. It's not really a threat or anything, And so maybe the big city kind of helps them out, or maybe they don't. And then the little city starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now this city is realizing that this city is taking away a little bit of their trade and a little bit of their power. So instead of waiting for this city to become a threat, the big city will just come annihilate the little city so that they can't be a threat. A modern day example of this is the United States of America and what they tend to do all around the world. Oh, you guys are becoming economically powerful in some way? Well, let's just go bomb you back to the Stone Age. That's the Thucydides trap. Never get more popular than the boss, or the boss will just kill you. Send you to Arrakis to be killed by the Harkonnens. You know what, Camellia? That's absolutely true. And I love every one of you. Every one of you that chose to stick with me and deal with my mental health problems that I have and those sorts of things. I really appreciate it. Because that was what I said was I took my ball and went home. And you guys can come play ball at my house, but I don't want to play on this playground if those assholes are going to be here. Right? Because I don't like to start controversies, man. I mean, granted, I do all the time. I don't like it, though. And I don't ever mean to. It just kind of happens. It's a personality flaw. But my whole intention with all of that was to just take my ball and go home. And that's what I did. And then I stayed away. In fact, right now is the first time I've even been talking about it in a long time. And, but I don't want to mention any names because I'm trying to move past it. But anyway, I'm actually just explaining to you the song. So that's how all this came up. And then the last verse was, sockin' buskin' on your feet. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but in old Greek tragedies, you can always tell if it's a tragedy or a comedy depending on what footwear they were wearing. If they were wearing this certain kind of it was like a sandal with a stocking, that was called a sock. And you'd know that that's a comedy. It's comedy. It's going to be a comedy. But if the guys are wearing buskins, which were these like military boots that like, well, they were sandals and they laced all the way up to here, but it was more of like a military type boot. And then that was going to be tragedy. And then later, the theater, the happy face and the frowny face, those became known as sock and buskin, even though it actually referred to footwear and not masks. So then the last verse, sock and buskin on your feet. That means, here I am, I'm going to perform. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry, meaning it could be a comedy or it could be a tragedy. Or sometimes they just die, meaning, I might totally blow this shit and just die on stage. In theater speak, you either kill it or you die. Right? Or you bomb. Sometimes they say bomb. In comedy, they say bomb. But in theater, oftentimes it's you either kill or you die. And to kill it means you did good. To die means you did not do good. And everybody's going to throw the rotten fruit at you, like in the video. And then never fear, we're all kings in here. Ask anyone, they'll all agree. And then this is where that other thing comes in, where they'll pat your shoulder and they'll gladly shake your hand. And then, of course, talk shit about you behind your back to try to destroy your reputation over some petty ass bullshit. And so then that song just wrote itself. And then the last verse is the most important verse of the song, though. So he says, even though we're all kings in here, and even though we all agree, deep inside, we are all petrified. Meaning, we're all scared to do this thing. And some of us portrayed in different ways. Some of us act braggadocious. I'm the hottest thing since sunburn. But really, he's just trying to he's trying to convince himself, right? Or anyway, it's the whole thing. We all have our things. Some of us manifest certain personalities that go do it for us. One thing that alter ego likes to say is, if you're dressed like a clown, you can do clownish things and not be embarrassed. So, see how that works? I think it's borderline personality disorder or something. Oh, okay, you tired of me running my mouth? Okay, I'll play you a song. Sometimes I run my mouth for a really long time. All right, well, I mentioned Baby Sleeping. We'll play that one. Baby's teething. Baby's screaming. It's faith transfixed on a ring of plastic keys. Mama's weeping. patience had long been since brought to its knees. The ferryman biding his time till the fates intervene. Shallow breathing, heavy breathing. Does the soul shudder in fear at the sight of a spade? Flash of lightning, crack the sky. Does the lion recoil in horror at the scream of its prey? Would a victim ever laugh in the face of a blade? Someone's crying. Someone's dying. Does the granite ask to be maimed so a name could be saved? Does the tombstone feel any pain for the bones in the grave? The condemned will forever sleep in the beds they have made. The condemned will forever sleep in the beds they have made. Baby's sleeping. There you go. Baby's sleeping. I recorded that on a 4-track Tascam tape recorder back in like 2002. So if you go watch the video, the audio is not great. But that was one of the first incarnations of the spring melodiphone, except for it was a wagon with 3 big garage door springs on it. But the video that I made for that is freaking epic. It took me like 8 months to make that video. And it's an interactive video. It's a comic book that follows Azrael, the angel of death, as he goes about his daily business. And one of those things just happens to be this thing that happens between Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But there's like these little short commercial videos that lead up to it. You have to read them. And my friend Mandy Pants was in the video for me, and then she didn't like her character. She says, I don't know, you made me seem like I'm kind of a bitch. And I go, well, that's just it, though. You are. In the story, you're a total fucking bitch, and your husband is a total fucking asshole. And so both of you really don't have any redemption in the story. But then Baby Smith, little Baby Smith. And what's funny is that I gave them all names. So Mrs. Smith was Patty, right? Patty Smith, right? And then the other guy is Bobby, or Robert Smith, right? From The Cure. And then Baby Smith didn't have a name. It's unknown what happened to Baby Smith. Baby Smith, it's alluded, might have something to do with the character that we might call Blue Unicorn. But you'll have to go watch it. It's an epic series, and it's a whole playlist. And then as it progresses, now there's Blue Unicorn, Red Unicorn, and they keep murdering each other in the videos. But unless you know some things about Carl Jung, you won't really know why. But they do. Anyway, let me read some of these comments. Sometimes I run my mouth and then okay. I keep getting distracted by people doing that body suspension stuff in front of the stage. I don't know what that means. Mountain Man, no, Mao. Oh, Mao. I don't know what that means. I saw play on words. Okay. I've completely lost my cool because of my illnesses, and I'm thankful for those who have allowed me to grow and heal. Midnight Bandit, I love you, man. I wish that we were like friends in real life. Like, someday I'll go to Canada. We are friends in real life, but, this is like the virtual world. Oh, ANCAP Cop Watch just went live. Albuquerque police violating policy. They were inviting people to try it for the first time, and it was a weird thing watching people getting the hooks. Oh, you're talking about Occupy. Yeah, that weird piercing thing people do. They're like, hey, look at how extreme I am. You and your tattoos. I have piercings, but I've never hung myself from them. Let's see. I wrote my song Rabbit Hole about losing a friend when all this stuff happened and I was depressed. Yeah. That was Sunshine Archer. Thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. You are missed and you are welcomed every time. Oh, I'm glad someone caught it. I don't know what that is. Mountain Man. Oh, the play on words. Play me a song, Blue. Okay, so now I've caught up to Delusions of Grandeur. Yep. Great name for a bar and a drink and a bar band. Yep. I'd put some stuff up from my band on this channel, but I don't like crossing streams. I keep everything separate. Yeah, I get that. I try to keep Blue Unicorn channel about music, but every once in a while I'll come across some video of some really egregious thing that I think needs more attention, and I'll post about it. And I know that a lot of my subscribers are not necessarily of that particular mindset, and it probably doesn't sit well with them, but whatever, man, you know. Okay, what's up, man? Shout out from Denmark over here. Oh, what do we got? Balloonist 2000. Oh, I do like the Balloonist with the Balloonist 2000. Welcome, welcome. I would say hello to you in Danish, but I do not speak Danish. Oh, Blue Miss. Got it. Okay. I read good. Let's see. But welcome, welcome. What's good, sunshine? Okay, blue unicorn. All geniuses are a little crazy. I would bet it bother ya. Yeah. You ever seen the movie Idiocracy? Let me tell you a story. I moved to a place called Toledo, Oregon. And it was like Idiocracy in real life, where I was literally the smartest guy in town or something. Or at least it seemed that way. And I had a real hard time living there for a while. So then we moved to Newport, and it was just kind of more of the same, but just enjoying some wonderful music. I have 50 days to find a new house. Oh no, for me and Ert. Oh, and Flirt. Oh no, I just jumped. It jumped, hold on. Gotta find that one. 50 days to find a house for me and the family, Ert and Flirt. My really old dog and my chooks. Stupid mining companies, right? Jesus Christ. That's just... Well, I'm sure they got permission from the government. You know, see, that's my whole point right there. Is that the government doesn't care about us. They'll sell your house to a mining company. You know, it's freaking lame. And Sunshine says, applause. Applause. That's an inside joke. Camellia, I wish you luck. Crazy market. Yep. Yeah, because of a mining company. Sunshine says, why, Camellia? Because some mining company, said so. Here in the United States, they call that eminent domain, where they'll be like, oh no, we're going to put a park there. This happened to my grandma. She owned a whole bunch of land. And they're like, no, the city of Hutchinson, Kansas is going to put a park back there, and it's for the public use. So we're going to just go ahead and steal your land and then give you a pittance for, they paid her what she bought it for in the freaking 50s or whenever it was that she bought it. They just gave her that much, and it was worth like 10 times that much. But they took it, and then they didn't even put a park there. They sold it to some water irrigation canal company that put a big waterway through there. No park. They sold it to their friends. But they used eminent domain. So thanks, Constitution. Yay for that whole without just compensation clause. It's nonsense. Yeah, they want the land back. Okay. Do you own your house? Okay, they had young dualities. Hard to go that way. Had to go that way. Yeah, Shelly. Yeah. Shelly knows about young. Shelly, if you watch my videos, you'll probably understand what I'm getting at with those. Anarchy burger. Hold the government. Do you remember when you said that in that chat? And then I said, if you urinate on my cheese, buddy. And somebody in the chat was all fucking pissed off at me. They're like, what are you fucking blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, you guys just didn't get it. It's a song But they got all super butthurt, and I said something about, I can't remember what I said though. It was like, uh, something like, if you urinate on my cheese, it ain't freedom that you'll be getting. Something like that. I can't remember what it was, but somebody in the chat got super mad. I was like, no, it's a whatever. I didn't even want to explain it. Okay, we rent $450 a week. Wow. Those are Australian dollars, though. I don't know what the exchange rate is. Chain yourself to something. There you go. Hello in Danish. Just H-E-J. So that would be like hey. I don't know. The J has kind of like a Y sound. Like for instance, a lot of people don't know this, but like uh, in Old Norse, you got Freya and Frey. But in Old Norse, you would actually say Froya and Froy. And like tyr, Tyr, tyr. It's actually not that. In Icelandic, in modern Icelandic, you would say it that way. But in Old Norse, it's tyr, tyr. And it's the same cognate as Zeus and Jupiter. Jupiter, tyr, tyr. Okay, Bandit says, hey everybody, I love you. My neighbor just called and wants me to go outside with her to smoke. There you go. Smoke them if you got them. Bummer mate. Man, I'm going on a 3-hour bender on this one. Wow. Usually I stop at 2, but I ran my mouth a lot. And I'm kind of regretting bringing up all that old freaking laundry. I'm sorry about that, guys. The 60s, the TVA built 2 dams, moved so many people, 2 towns. Yep. What was that? The something Valley Authority? I can't remember what it was. That was what the movie Deliverance was about, I'm pretty sure. Is that they wanted to go canoe that river before they dammed it up. We're just kicking you out is what Sunshine said. Oh yeah. Yep, just kicking her out. It's well, I'm sorry, you gotta pay taxes if you want to live on this earth. Let's say, let them put a natural gas line in the front yard so they can't. I can't read what that says. Oh, eminent domain. Me, when they eventually do a 4-lane. Yeah. There's a thing if you, yeah. Let's see. No sunshine. They gave us 60 days to vacate, and we have to pay rent until the time is up. Yep. There was these books that you could do that told you how to like totally screw over landlords, and it had all this fun stuff in it, like super glue all the light bulbs into the sockets and uh, like turn the light switches upside down so that they don't. Anyway, yeah, Jotunheim, Jotunheimer. By the way, the Jotuns were not giants. In fact, uh, the god Tiw had 2 Jotunar as parents, and Loki was a Jotunar. Um, they were basically the same as the gods. They were just, dirtier and bigger and louder, and you know, but the Asir, they were just, we're better than you. They were the government gods. So, you know how that works. Um, Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley. Yep, there you go. Valley Authority. Yep. Was it Tennessee Valley Authority? Was that it? Yeah, Deliverance. I never read the book. I saw the movie, of course. Oh, Kentucky Lake. All right. Hoover Dam is down there in Nevada, I'm pretty sure. I think I drove across the Hoover Dam once somewhere around Las Vegas. Or maybe it's up north of Las Vegas. Anything you need, Camellia? Camellia, you can come sleep on my couch anytime you want. And I have a big backyard, but the city of Loveland doesn't allow livestock because we're free here. We're not free to have livestock. I can't even have chickens without getting a permit. I mean, how stupid is that? But nope. That's the government we all agreed to have. It's like, I don't remember ever being asked. Well, doesn't matter. Still got to do it. Oh, I would absolutely annoy you. Camellia, if you had to deal with me for like a week. Yeah, I would annoy. I am hard to like, you guys. I am hard to like. Okay, I've caught up with the chat, and now it's time for one last song. And then I'm going to cut this 3-hour live stream short. Than it would normally be. So I'm gonna top it off with this song. This song is about being locked in place in a loveless relationship, but you love each other too much to leave. You hate each other too much to stay. Hey, are we there yet? It seems that we've been walking for miles, and I'm all out of smiles. Every day is the same, and this song's been played too many times. I've heard all the rhymes. I've been down this road and I recognize all the signs. So what if tomorrow the world should end? Would it mean anything? Oh, would it be exciting? And if tomorrow I found myself standing at the gates of hell, would it be enlightening? Compared with reality, couldn't be any more frightening. Yesterday, today was tomorrow, and next week will soon be last year, and still I fear nothing is clear to me. I wish that I could die just for one day, so that I could go back in time and say, who would mourn for me? Who really would mourn for me? And I don't really care if you don't really care for me, or if you wish that I was dead. Sometimes I wish that I couldn't feel anything for you. That's between me and my head. I just wish I was desensitized to pain instead. And I don't give a shit if you don't give a shit for me. Only I wonder why every moment I spend with you I commit spiritual suicide. Only I cannot die. Only 25 years had gone by, I was too young to die. So what if I told you that I was in love with you? Would you think that I just wanna fuck you? I suppose that could be true. Yeah, but what if I told you I can't live without you now? Would you believe me or would you deceive me and tell me you love me too? And so I sit in cowardice and I miss how it felt to be with you, but that's all just fantasy. There you go. Don't tell me I said what you think I just said, is what that song is called. There's a boy called Cherokee Bay and Kai Lake. Did they have nice small? Okay, you're not talking to me. That's a conversation going on without me. All right, anyway, guys, it is now 3:09:47, which is like an hour longer than I normally do a live stream. So awesome for hanging out with me for 3 hours, you guys. Oh, thank you, Mountain Man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I mean, I don't know how to convey to you guys that I was, I'm having a really bad week. Really bad week. And this live stream just playing, I figured I was just going to play some songs. Nobody would be here. But thank you all for being here. And, you guys help me a hell of a lot more than you know. And so I just want to say thank you all. It is in you. It is a hell of a drug. So, oh, you're welcome, Sunshine. Thank you for being here. You are missed, and I love to see you every time. So thank you for being here. And who's... Oh, Chips. I will see you the next time. And next time I play that Dead in My Shell song, I want you to come plug that guitar in instead of just sitting in the crowd. What do you think about that? But you can't walk over the singing. You got to know your place. Play in the open space. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. And then you guys will be able to see Chips playing the blues guitar. Okay, everybody. It is 311-423 4344. Okay. Well, I love you all. I mean, yeah, I can't really express it without sounding super corny, but I think you all know what I mean. But we're gonna go ahead and call it here. And thank you all, and have a great rest of your morning or night or whatever it tends to be. Thank you.